Guys, hello and welcome to Skycurser Daily number 42, where it's our goal to be a better indie dev today than we were yesterday. Today we've got some good things on the docket. We're going to pick up where we left off last stream, and we are in good shape for that. We're going to basically be finishing up the weapons system. That everything now is flowing through one set of weapons, one script. So all weapons are flowing through one script, so we're going to make sure that's buttoned up exactly where it needs to be. And beyond that, we're going to start some scripting for level 2. We've got some really good enemies here, and that have already been created. The artwork's already there, and I've got to really dig deep and get started on that. So first off, let's we basically just took our weapons system from about I'd say 30% last time to almost 97-98%, and at least as to where it needs to be right now. Maybe not by the end of the game, but and so what we're going to do is try to button up those few things that need to be buttoned up. And at that point, once we have everything in a good spot, we'll just move on to level 2 scripting. So first off, let's go ahead and hop in game and see exactly where the shortcomings are for the weapon system, and see if we can patch those up really quick and then move on to scripting. So let's go ahead and get started here. The main thing that comes to mind with what we have to work on right here is the eyeball missile that comes from the eyeball plane. So the eyeball plane missile, the EBP-M, and so once we get that squared away, I think that's the main thing. Once we get that squared away, I think we'll be in good shape.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk. Go!
Okay, so as you can see with that, the eyeball missile doesn't do as much damage as it should, and it also connects with the other eyeball missiles, and really it should go right through those. So we've got a couple modifications to make to the script that were previously taken care of before we transferred everything into this single script. But again, we're trying to reduce and remove duplicate code, and so when we did that, we just have to now we just have to make sure everything is what it should be. So I think probably the key is going to come in before this actual script where we do all the collision. And we may also make sure that, well, maybe we will handle part of it here, but I do know that there's a problem right now, and I think it's in this data structure weapon map generate. Let me just look and see what we have here. So here's the boss one attack orb, And we're also going to do the same thing for enemy 1 attack. So let's just put these extra weapons. I guess I also did not check the Necrostar chunk, but we will check that in a little bit. Case object enemy 1 attack. Break. DSV1. I'm noticing something here. For most of these, I can just make, I can, basically start off DSV1 and DSV2 with a default, but then in a few cases I can change them. So I could remove a lot of duplicate code there. And I am just reviewing what's here. So yeah, I think what I'll do here is just go ahead and put these right in up here at the default, and then remove everything that's duplicate. Okay, I think we're in good shape there. V1 and V2 are, of course, just going to be the same as everything else. I think this one is going to be interesting in that we have to make sure that no other weapon can connect with this one. And I know these guys are going to be brought in and working by default. I definitely don't want the default. I don't want the default impact to be the blood spatter, so I'm going to have to make sure that we include the correct impact, and I'm looking to see if I have one in here. I know that we may have a different sound, and I don't see the exact impact in here. I think it's just katana impact, and I'm going to verify that. Impact. There's the orb impact. I probably have this under weapons. Don't see it there. There is a special impact for the katana, and I gotta find it real quick. Let me just see if I can find it here. Nope, not there. Sprites, Skycurser, weapons. There it is, katana deflection. So I probably have object katana deflection in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so that would be DSV7 on this guy. Okay, so the way this is going to work is a little bit tricky inside of this script. Jackal Gamer, what's up, man? We just got to make sure that when this occurs, we do the... Looks like we've already got part of it in here. That's fine. If it's enemy 1 attack, or attack orb, then do the deflection. That's fine. I think the other thing that we have to make sure here, first off, let's go look at the enemy 1 attack and make sure its damage is set up correctly. Yep, weapon impact is 15. Huh. Can't decide what you want it to look like. Had to redo some UI stuff. Do you have any links yet, man, where you can post them and kind of show us what you've been working on? That'd be awesome. Nice. Key bindings. I know you're working on the Metroid Castlevania mashup. Love to see what you have already. Alright. So weapon impact is good here. I like that. So the last thing really that we have to do is account for the enemy 1 attack. Let's say katana hits enemy 1 attack, but down here we'll actually account for object enemy 1 attack. And we want to, the key thing is here that we want to make sure that none of these things occur. I think I might actually do it in here. So we want to make sure none of these things occur, or at least specific things don't occur if that attack orb is hitting other objects. We don't want the attack to occur if argument 0 and hit are both related to object enemy 1 attack. We don't want the eyeball missile to hit itself as it gets deflected, but it can hit anything else. And yeah, all other rules apply when that thing hits anything else. So let me make sure. I gotta make this bigger full screen so I can see it better. So I think I'm just going to make sure that this check right here makes sure that it can't connect with the other eyeball missiles. So because we've already got this script that does the whether or not it should connect, and so we're going to do that. Not much to look at play at the moment though, just one enemy, health bar, save system, and key bindings is pretty much all the core stuff so far. Tight, tight, tight. Cool, man. Yeah, no pressure to share, but if you got something, man, definitely love to see it. So alright, so yeah, it's fine, man. Don't worry about your grammar here. Alright, script, weapon, should connect. Here we are. And what we're going to do here is just have one special scenario where we've got enemy 1 attack. Actually, let's just copy this guy. And here we'll make sure, well, first off, let's make sure that this is object enemy 1 attack. And if hit dot, let's do this, object get name of hit is equal to object enemy 1 attack. Don't let it connect, otherwise anything else is fine. So let's see now if this has fixed this problem where the enemy eyeball is hitting itself on the way, is hitting basically similar things on the way back. And I'll make sure that, of course, when I switch, that you guys can see the screen as well. Go ahead and do that now.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk. Go!
So obviously that didn't quite do it. So let's look at this again. I'm wondering if my script here is doing it correctly or not. Arg0 is the object weapon, instance of object with which the weapon is colliding. I think maybe we change this to hit.objectIndex. Let's try that first and see if that gets it.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk. Go!
Okay, still does it. I'm also realizing that I have a key problem, and I think I know what that answer is. What the answer to that problem is. Basically, I believe that object enemy 1 attack is getting destroyed. Yep, it's getting destroyed as soon as it connects with another object. So we need to make sure that that does not happen here. It should basically just go right through that object. And let me make sure my parentheses are correct. There it is. When you start getting something like this, it might just be easier to make sure that you put everything else in a script. So I'm right at the brink there of moving everything over to a script. Just because there's so many items in that one check, and again, there's a lot of duplicate code there. I'm less concerned about that duplicate code though, and more just concerned about keeping it simple right in that weapon collision check script.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk. Go!
Boom, that's what I'm talking about. So I do have a key problem that I haven't fixed for a while, and I think I'm still willing to let it go for now, which is just a bug with the screen shake. The sun and the sun reflection layer are not returning to the appropriate positions. So I'm thinking about just checking to see if I can fix that really quick, and if not, I'm just going to move on for now. It's a very minor thing that needs to be updated. I think it's under helpers. Screen shake. Nope, I put it under engines. I moved it to engines. Bad habit of making scripts for everything. Yeah, I try not to make a script unless there's really a call for it, you know, like a script for like simplifying another script or reducing duplicate code. So those are generally the two standards that I try to stick to. Well, I guess there's one other standard, which is anything that supports an object, especially an action within an object. If I can move the action to a script instead of coding right inside of the action, I prefer that because that helps simplify my code. It's just kind of like normal programming languages are anyways, where you know one object has a lot of methods, you know, that it can use. So All right, let's. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good use of writing a script. A good reason to write a script. So let's check this guy right here. Shake object. It's been a while since I've looked at this. I think I can go like this now. I think I'm more confident in doing that with GameMaker. I think I've done enough tests to verify that putting an exclamation point in front of something when checking for false should also work instead of doing is equal to false. So I just updated that. I'm wondering what script background is simple has in it, so I'm going to go check that. Okay, so this is like just a regular layered background. Yeah, the layered background, specifically part 1 and 3 of level 1 and any other level should follow this correctly, but part 2 needs to follow it a little bit differently. I think I might have one other check in here. I think 4 and 5. Actually, I prefer probably to have this guy here just so it makes a little bit more sense. I'm checking my backgrounds here. 4 and 5 are probably exactly what I'm trying to control. Yep, 4 and 5. So let's go back to that and verify what that's doing. Scripts. Well, the problem is, interestingly enough, Jackal Gamer, that it's a little bit hard with the sun and the sun reflection because the sun is actually setting very slowly on level 1, so it, instead of going back to its exact start position, it really should go back to the start position that it had, the start Y position that it had whenever the screen shake started. All right. So. Alright guys, give me 1 second here. I'm going to take a quick break. My wife just walked in the door, so I'm going to greet her for a minute and I'll be right back. Thanks for waiting. Be right back. All right, back. Thanks for letting me take that break for a minute. All right, so 4 and 5. I want to get back to the X and Y original. If Y original, go back to the original Y. So I really think this should be occurring here, which should also, let me see here. If argument 4 is equal to 5 or 4, I'm going to change these around again so that they're kind of in chronological order. Or not chronological, but numerical order. Get the X and Y position. Otherwise, Y equals 0. So I need to make sure that I say if argument 4 does not equal this, or if argument does not equal 4 or 5, go back to the X position, but also get the Y position. Yep, that looks correct to me. Okay, so I don't see an easy solution on that for right now. So because of that, I'm going to keep moving. I need to make it to the boss real quick and test the katana deflection there. And I also need to test the Necro Star weapon collision. Any weapon collision with the Necro Star chunk. Oh, I do remember another bug that I saw that needs to be worked out, so I'm going to fix that first. So should connect checking to see if arg0 is equal to object Necro Star 2. There we go. You should not connect. Need another parentheses. I think I'll do one more thing here, which is if it's Necro Star 1 and this is Necro Star 1. Do that, and then inside of the actual collision check, I do a similar thing down here. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Mission 1. Death at dusk.
So I just noticed a bug with the katana blade there. Alright, got a bug here. Let's get this bug addressed. I noticed a couple of bugs. I'm going to write them down. So this time we had a problem with what looked to me like the flies attack. So I'm going to make sure to account for that. The other two bugs that I saw were related to katana hitting the carrier eyeball and katana hitting the Necro Star. Looks like Necro Star may just have a bug. And the other thing I need to check for, the other thing I need to check for is to make sure that the Necro Star also does not destroy itself when it flies backwards. So here we go, guys. That I think does it. I'm going to take this out. And make a script call here. So I think what I'll do is if weapon, let's do script weapon is destructible. Copy this guy and open a new script here. Let's see if I can pull it up right here. Here we go. Script weapon is destructible. Okay, and then the other thing that we need to do is make sure we pass in the argument. And so we'll just stuff this out real quick. Trail, Skycurser katana, enemy one attack. Cool. That should do it right there. Script weapon is destructible. If it is destructible, then send it through. So let's check that real quick one more time. Whoops, wrong script. Again, wrong script. Sorry about that. Here it is. Yeah, I will. R0. So I think we got it. Okay, and what was the other thing? I think there was a problem with the enemy 4 attack, and I want to check to see that helper. And that should be in here, enemy weapons, which is right there actually. So what I thought must have been the error might not have been the error that we saw initially. This one right here, sorry. This guy, katana hit counter there. So the katana hit counter did not work correctly on the carrier eyeball. Also, the Necrostar chunk did not work correctly. Let's see. Necrostar 1, Necrostar 2. Let's go. Whoops. Take this guy to. We had this accounted for. Hotspot. If the weapon. Here we go. Here's part of the problem, I think, for the hotspot. We need to say arg0.x, arg0.y, because which x and y are you checking right there? It should be 0, the weapon's x and y position if it connects with the hotspot. So that should definitely send that flying backwards if that connects properly. What else? The eyeball on top of the plane. Object tank 1 eyeball. Seemed like it didn't respond like I wanted it to the katana blade. For whatever reason, I could not keep swinging the katana blade at it because I'm pretty sure the katana hit counter just reached its limit, but the katana hit counter should destroy itself when it's finished. Let's see, when it is finished with its animation. So let's go look at it real quick. Weapons, katana. Look at the animation end. Should run a destroy, which it does. Let's take this guy and set him to 4 and says destroy. And also what happens here. I guess I'm not resetting the katana hit counter for everything, and I should be resetting it for pretty much everything. I think what we do here is look for the base enemy object. Object base enemy. If instance, we're just gonna fix this all together. Object base enemy is greater than 0, and object exists. Object base enemy. I think it's safe to say object base enemy dot katana hit counter equals 0. I think I can just remove these. I'll verify that tank 1 and boss 1 are children of base enemy. So tank 1 is, boss 1 is. We can see it right there. So remove these guys. I've got some sort of error here. There. Object base enemy, that katana hit counter is equal to 0. I think we could do one more thing. Well, let's just make sure katana hit counter is defined in object base enemy init, which is, we're going to have to open up that script. There's probably a shorthand to open a script if I'm looking at one inside of GameMaker, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I think Jekyll Gamer knew at one point. So I gotta find that object. Base enemy init. Katana hit counter is what I'm looking for, and it's right there. Good. Okay, let's hit play again.
Mission 1. Death at dusk.
Ooh, Katana is not responding as it should. Can't shoot the shotgun. I can't shoot the... What happened? What happened to the weapon system? Has to be here. Destructible equals true, return destructible, destructible equals false. Special, trail, Skycurser, katana, enemy attack. That was so weird, man. There's no reason it should have done that. If you're interested, I have an image of my game in its current state. Testing room. Yeah, man. Post it. Nice. Yeah, dude. Platformer looks good. Love the multi-level platforms. Health bars up there in the corner. Sprites look good. I like it, man. Nice. All right. I think I've got my check backwards here. Weapon is destructible. It's true by default. Yeah, maybe it is correct. True by default. False after the check if it is any one of these. Man. Weapon is destructible. Man, I just don't see what that error was all about. Let's try this again. Lantern posts are animated and they seem to be at the same animation speed. It's supposed to be random.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
So once I have that error with once I get that error with the katana blade, I only have one shot, and I have zero. Yeah, something really odd is happening right there. Man, I did not change much. I mean, this should return true or false. most are true. That's weird, man. I think there's a problem with... What else did I just recently change? Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, sorry about that. Thanks for the heads up. I just said, what's the debate for magic? I know you said that the other day, that you were debating whether or not you should do magic. Script weapon is destructible. It's gotta be it. This must be incorrect. R0 is my weapon. Verifying. Yep. And yep. Weapon is destructible here. Yeah, I got you, Jackal Gamer. What in the world? Let's just say destructible equals false by default. Let's see if this fixes the katana blade. I know this is going to break the other items. But I'm just troubleshooting for a minute.
Skycurser. Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Oh man, look at that. That's a pretty cool feel. Wow, that's a really cool feel. Okay, anyway. So it is something to do with this. I don't see any problems with the way I've written any of this. So I'm just drawing a blank here. Destructible. Did I spell something wrong? Nope. Yeah, I thought about that. But the default, you know, this guy should set it to true by default for anything else. And if I have a default here, there's no need to keep it up there. So let's see if that's it. I mean, I don't think that, I don't know why, because I've done my other switch cases just the way I did that. So I'd be shocked if that fixes it.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Yeah, it did not fix it. Okay, okay. So weird, man. Why in the world? Object get name. The only thing I can think of here is that this is pulling the wrong thing. So object index. Let's try object index here. arg0.object index. TSM one no red. I'm not sure what you're talking about, the Beastly. Good to see you though.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Oh, that was it. Object index needs to be added. There, fix that bug too. I've got a weird bug happening where when the katana connects with something, it's not connecting right at the X and Y position of the enemy. It's connecting at the X and Y of the katana. So we're gonna fix that real quick. And if the katana and the katana is a hard. But let's. I'm looking for arg4, that is the sound. So and this is the X and Y position of the weapon. Yeah. I'm going to leave that alone for now. That'll take a little bit of work to get correct with the katana blade when the katana connects. Yeah, Nightbot. Cool, Jackal Gamer. See you in a minute. ITS stuff. What's up? Yeah, I got Nightbot. I've had Nightbot for a while, but I just haven't activated Nightbot. So, and if you and to Beastly, if you didn't see Jackal Gamer's link on his game, he posted it. That's tight. Also, if you have some links on your game, man, you should post them. I'd like to see it. Some images, even. Give me a second. Okay, so let's see. Right now I've got DeBeastly Bro and Jackal Gamer in here. DeBeastly, of course I don't have a huge audience right now. Hopefully I'll get the audience will get bigger here in the future. But man, definitely appreciate your consistency. Thanks for showing up on a regular basis. I think because of that, I'm just going to grant you mod status for now. I know that Chris and Phil are both mods, but I'm going to make you an honorary mod. And I don't have a ton of extra things available for mods, but I think you can help look out for the room here when we start to grow. So I'm just going to add you to mods, man. Welcome. Thank you for your consistency and your support. Appreciate it. And to be honest, I don't exactly know everything that is available to you, so please just use it with care. So yeah, I think the main thing is also, you know, making sure if and when people are start sharing links, that, you know, the big thing is that people don't start spamming everything, especially with things that are not legitimate, you know, game links. I know indie devs are excited to show their projects off, so I definitely want to facilitate that, but also don't want people to start spamming. So that's the main thing. All right. So I think we're in a good spot. Let's zoom forward to the second part of the level. Let's just see what is happening with all the weapons. Let's see now if we can connect with the Necro Star. I want to see if I can connect with the Gaki Orb. And if all those things are in place, we start scripting level 2. Boom. Oh man, that took out the freaking tank. Oh, I don't think that should happen. Oh, I know what happened. The eyeball is connecting more than once, and that's a problem. So we'll have to fix that. I don't know what the exact solution is right now. I need to also fix the impact with the, there it goes again. The katana did hit the enemy for attack, and I think the enemy for attack does not have a katana hit counter on it, so I think that's what we're seeing. Enemy for attack. Let's see if it has a katana hit counter. Nice, Jackal Gamer, good choice. And it does not have a katana hit counter, which is why I keep getting errors there. So let's try that. Hit play. Let's see if we fix that problem. But there was another problem, which was the impact for the Necrostar is blood, and it should be bullet impact. So I'm just going to go ahead and fix that right now. And I think I do that right here in the weapon map generator. And we'll do that right down here. And we'll just call this object explosion bullet impact. I am doing this already up here, but we're not seeing what we should be seeing. And that's interesting. So going through here, we then get impact sound, weapon map, Y position, X and Y, sound to effect to, I forget what D8 is, death by, yeah, that's fine. I don't even think that's necessary anymore, but continuing forward, I think then the problem will probably be in here or not. The problem is, though, that the final choice is overriding the impact object. Argument 8 shows collision with enemy 1 and hit above Y position of point origin. Check for the impact effect 2. Which okay, let's back this up a second. So it goes from here to here, and let's look at this. Oh, I guess it really doesn't matter as long as the DSV7 is getting set to impact effect 2, and ARG8 in this guy is getting set to impact effect 2, which he is. So I should be getting the correct impact effect here no matter what with the Necrostar chunk, and that should be getting set right here. Otherwise argument 8 is what? False. Should be IE2 by this point for the Necrostar, but for some reason it's defaulting to this guy right here constantly. IE2, ARG8. So this guy is not working. This if statement. 0, there's multiple screenshots, just click through the images. Next. Oh wait. So, I think is something wrong with the link? No. I'm looking for the next image and I don't see. Sorry dude, I don't usually use Inger, Imager. So I tried to hit next, but obviously I just started browsing other people's images. I don't see a next button. What am I missing here? Cool, no problem. Alright. So maybe this is just not getting set. Man, I guess I could try this. Script object type arg1 is equal to object necro star 1 because we know for sure we're passing it. And it should no longer be false by that point. So maybe false just isn't this isn't working the way I think it is. Let's see if we fixed it.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Well, at least there's no... The problem is I'm never connecting with the... At least there was no bug on the fly. I'm never connecting with the Necrostar hotspot. And at least that time we didn't have the flood impact on the Necrostar. My restart button was not working, but I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I'd still say I'm probably at like 99%, but I don't want to waste any more time on that. And I'm pretty sure you guys were just watching white screen the whole time, so sorry about that. But I think I'm ready to move on to level 2, and I'm gonna play one more time. Fast forward to the start of level 2. I want to get to Gaki, see what the orb is doing, and see where we're at with level 2.
Mission 1. Death at dusk.
Ah. Alright. Copy, abort. Couldn't even get to level 2. So we fixed this bug, and we fixed this guy. Katana hitting the Necrostar. Necrostar may just not be connecting. That guy's not fixed, but this guy's got a problem. It either had to do with the fact that we just destroyed Gaki, which I don't think is possible because Gaki doesn't just die immediately. I think it had to do with the fact that the tank was on screen and seems to have gotten past the collision check, whether or not the collision check should occur. The should connect. And the other thing was there should be one, because that's the hit. Or sorry, this should be hit. Should be ARG1 actually, and this should be ARG1, and this should be ARG1. Okay, so that fixes that, but we had a problem in here. So checking out the images. Okay, I see them all now. Oh, nice. Tight, dude. So it's like, what do you call this? A top-down? Is this like, it's kind of like RPG, kind of like Zelda. What's the exact kind of name of that game? Or I should say the type of that game. The Beastly. Top down, roguelike bullet hell is what I was going for. Nice, man. Yeah, dude, love it. Looks good, man. Yeah. Nice. So are you doing all the artwork yourself on that? Let me think for a second. We had a problem with the hit points. No way I can draw that. Cool, so someone else is doing your artwork. So you're working with somebody. We errored out right here. Script object is vulnerable. Basically, hit points ended up being less than 0. Let's go look at script object is vulnerable real quick. Nope, don't think it had to do with that. Let's look at this error one more time. The last thing that called it was, says it had a problem at line 122. Man, I guess the tank doesn't have any hit points, because I'm pretty sure that is what the problem was. So let's go look at that. Tank, boss tank. And create events, yeah, HP is non-existent there, and so when we combined it, there's no way to check for the HP. We'll save this then. Well, it made it past here, so I have to be careful how I do this. Let's go look and check. Script object is vulnerable. Whoops, that's reversible. So boss 1 tank we have not vulnerable, but instead of stopping here like most programming languages do, it continued past here. So I think there's basically a problem with the way that works. I think it's a problem in GML's programming language. So what I've learned is that you just have to work with it and work around it. Yeah, Jackal, repost if you could. So this right here. We can fix one of two ways. We can just make everything potentially have hit points, which is probably a bad way to do it, or we could just make this not occur here. I think that's probably going to be the best way to handle that, and if we run into bugs we'll take another look at it. But let's zoom right ahead to the bad guy again, to the boss, like a boss.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I'm also noticing I've got a bug, well, a couple bugs here, but gotta fix the Gaki orb is connecting with itself. Also, I'm having some sort of katana blade bug. Oh, got me. In terms of visibility. Gonna try to take this guy out again. See if we can get him this first try here. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. I'll remove this. Okay, what do we got this time? I think it's the exact same bug. Nope, it's a little different. Somehow we still got inside of here. Had a problem with the hit points still though. Okay, cool. Alright. Is vulnerable true? So somehow we made it into here, and we were supposed to be connecting with boss 1 and or tank, which I'm pretty sure still again is the tank that's having the problem, Because boss 1, he changes his sprite, but boss 1 changes his sprite, but that shouldn't change the object, so the object should still have hit points. Have I named it improperly? Object boss 1 tank. Let's look at script object is vulnerable. I think I know what I gotta do here. Okay. So instead of doing it this way, arg1, is it actually the object? It's an instance. Let's do this. Okay, I think that's gonna fix that. Let's see.
Mission 1. Death at dusk.
What's going on? Line 8 had a problem with object is vulnerable. So these are all strings now. Should have realized that when I typed object get name, because that returns a string. That was my bad. And I'll go ahead and leave this as this, because this should mean that boss 1 does exist. Just gonna hit play there, abort, continue.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Come on. Okay, different error. 227. I guess this is to be expected. The good thing is we got past our main error. 227. Alright, here we go. Script object is vulnerable. Same thing. Hit and. Oof, this may. I'm gonna put this back and say and not is undefined. Hit.hp. See if that comes back. Because I fixed this, I think this was not working the way it should have, so this couldn't work. Or at least it was getting past here altogether, and so this may still be safe if I leave it like that. And so also, this may be safe. Let's try this. You know, if that doesn't work, it's pretty straightforward. All we do is take out that extra and in the if block and make its own if block inside the other conditional.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Yes, got it working.
Mission complete.
What's that error? Okay, copy, abort. Alright, man, we worked through some bugs though, that's good. This guy doesn't have an ini.y line 55 because he hasn't been included altogether yet. Oh, maybe that was the object-based vehicles, because I destroyed the heli and I think it was looking for the base vehicles. So alright, good. Let's take a look at that. Screen shake objects be in the engine, and for now we're going to push everything straight to level 2 and we're going to start working on level 2. Look at that error. So I'm having a problem with ini.y line 55, so apparently it wasn't set here. So I think the main thing is we got to make sure that the get object helper knows what to grab for level 2. Enemies is grabbing this. Level 2 obstacles is grabbing that. That looks good to me so far. Room 1, room level 2. And I wanted to change this. I think there's a problem here. Oh wait, let's look at how this is working. This should be automatic, or I should say dynamic. Let's go to the shake engine. Get object group, room get name, object list, get enemies, obstacles, and backgrounds. And we are definitely grabbing those. Enemies, obstacles, and backgrounds. Enemies, obstacles, backgrounds. Oh, so this also could be the backgrounds are not all in there yet, and we need to add those because we're grabbing them supposedly, but I'm pretty sure everything would go through there, but it's not going through there right now. So we need to add the backgrounds for level 2 into here. Perfect. Let's check and see if that's our issue first. So we'll just go to backgrounds, level 2, and go 0 through 6. Might even just be able to add PS list, probably 2, object base background. Let's see if we can get away with that. Make sure these are also added in here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I also want to see if there's, and there's good, there's not an object-based background for level 1 other than the game background, so I think we're good. It's safe to do it this way. So let's thumbs up here. Let's go to the helper or the room control, press start, and then push everything to level 2 right out the gate. And okay, still got a problem. Object shaken dot Y. Okay, I think I know. So, is that right? Yeah, this was the problem. I don't think there is an INI-Y that's even set. And I'm gonna go look at that one final time, hopefully. Alright. Aha. So I'm pretty sure the enemies that we have don't have this. The enemies, the backgrounds, the obstacles don't have initial position equal to 1. So let's just go verify that they do. This guy doesn't, so that would be a problem. Okay, and I may have to bring those in separately, but we're going to check. Then the next thing is obstacles. Level 2, base vehicle. Do you have an initial position? We don't know yet because we got to go check that script. Obstacle, base vehicle init. Nope, we don't have that either, so that would be a problem. And then we got to go check the enemy, which should be a child of base enemy. So we should already have that into consideration. 2. Here's the Heli Wolf, parent base enemy. The base enemy should have initial pos or initial position. Got to go script object base enemy. Init. Base enemy, and here somewhere. What? That's shocking. Am I setting initial position the very first time through? Nope, I'm looking for arg0. Initial position. Oh. Object screen shake. So I'm setting it on the incorrect items here, so I'm going to remove it off of the base vehicle. Sorry about that, guys. Just got to make sure it's set on screen shake, which it should be. And I wanted to remove it off the backgrounds. Because it's unnecessary to have set there. But it should be on object screen shake, which should be under controllers for objects. And it is, initial position is here, initial position 1. So back to the drawing board on why it's breaking. It keeps getting right here. Which tells me that INI is not getting set. If the object type does not equal base background game, I might just want to do or object base background. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I don't think that'll fix our problem. All in all, yeah, actually it might, because I think what's happening is it's looking for an object's INI position or an INI property, and that object is already off screen. It's already been destroyed, and that's why I had to do it for these guys and why I have to do it for this guy. Try again. Still got an error. I wonder if there's something that I'm not passing in properly. Let's go look at this inside of the script shake engine. We end up passing this. Get group enemies, obstacles, backgrounds. Oh. We may have the same problem with obstacles. I think we can do something about that though, and be a little bit more careful. I think what we can do is look for the object shaken to see if it still exists before we try to set it back to what it was. So if instance exists object shaken at the eye, Yeah, only try to set it back to what it was if it still exists. So this may solve it. I'm pretty sure we're finding it and setting it initially, but it's only supposed to get back to there when everything is resetting back to normal. And I'm thinking there's actually one more thing that I need to take into consideration for it. Let's see if that's true. Background 2. Good grief, what is going on here? INIY is just not getting set when it should be. If the object is not base background game or base background or art4 does not equal one of these two items, oh, I think I have to add this same exact check-in up here. And it should try to go here. Let's see if that's the case. Ah, what is it that I'm missing here? I need to look and see what the I need to do some debugging here. Keeps failing. I mean, it keeps failing right there. So let's just go show debug message. Object get name, object shaken at the I dot object index. String Okay, we should see this on the compile window now. Alright, so it had a problem with this guy, and that's basically the obstacles. It's having a problem with the obstacles. I think what we're gonna have to do is add all the obstacles individually. So let's add them individually to our object get group script. I don't think there's a way around that right now. I don't think that's bad. So let's just add them all in here. Well, at least though, you know, the big thing is that the benefit to doing what we just did is we figured out what was having a problem. It was the obstacle that was having a problem. One of the obstacles. So we're on gold. Gonna overwrite this guy. Gray. Lights, car ground, compact blue, compact gray, sedan white, van white. Alright, so instead of sedan gold, we're looking at truck gray. I definitely want to make sure the lights get back to where they should be. We'll see how well this works, I'm not sure. Actually, we may have to do a special case for that. Truck gray, compact blue, object compact gray, object sedan white, object van white. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and write what I think needs to be written for the lights. So we're under scripts, engines, screen shake, and here I think what we'll do is easier said than done. I'm trying to think how this would work, and I think it would be a bit difficult, and I think actually the lights should take care of themselves because they trail wherever the car is, so they're probably going to fix themselves. Gotta be kidding me. Okay, so we got further. Now we're having a problem with the object backgrounds. I gotta add those in. Okay, so instead of what we had, which is just the base object. So we made progress. That's good, actually. And let's see how many backgrounds we gotta add in for level 2. Backgrounds 0 through 6, so we gotta have 7 total. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that would be 7. Object background 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thumbs up, play. Let's watch this again. Okay, and we had a problem. Guess what? We had a problem with the compact car, which should have already been taken care of. Let's try this. Looking at this again. I meant to look at the object get group. Compact gray is in there for sure. I think what we do is make sure that if the object parent is base vehicle, then we also make sure that that Y position, let's see, I remember what I'm doing here. So there was an instance, there was a scenario in level 1 where I set the INI background, or the INI Y position, right when it gets generated, and this is what I'm doing here is I'm keeping it from getting generated again. That's the whole point of that. So I'm failing to do that, and let's not fail to do that anymore. And do the same thing for the obstacles, because we want the same exact thing for the obstacles, specifically the vehicles on the ground. Let's do this in base vehicle init. Where do we do that? Okay. Boom. And the last thing we got to do here is say or object type is not equal object base vehicle. I think we're at the point where we want to put all this into a script, but we'll do that in a moment.
Skycurser.
Boom. Eat it. Alright, so the vehicles definitely should not be blood splatters. We have explosions for those. And we know explosion ground. Make sure this is right. I think there's a better explosion animation for this already, but I'm just going to make sure that that's running correctly, and that should be done through our weapon system. And we'll do that on this. And I think we do one more. Gregory, thanks for the follow, man. Gregory Caldera, like the name. Okay. And I think what we do here is most of these are level 1 enemies. So I think I might have a switch case within a switch case here. Well, all those are level 1 enemies at the moment, and I don't want to check for everything every time around. Let's see here. Let me just think for a minute. However, I'm just going to forego that at the moment, guys. I will break this off by rooms. Thank you, man. Thank you. So I'm working on this project with 2 other indie devs. One of them is the art director, and he's doing an awesome job with it. Chris, he is in chat as Skycurser. I'm in chat as Skycurser dev. So if you see Skycurser in here, which I don't think he's in here tonight, but generally he's in here, and if he's in here, he'll be in chat as Skycurser. So thank you though. So from Object Heli Wolf, we go to Object. I think I'm going to try base vehicle here because it should be pretty straightforward. Object. I think I'm looking for explosion ground. I'm looking at sprites there, but I need to look at the objects. Object, explosion ground. Yep, we're good. Okay, let's hit play.